Hello and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. It is Monday, start of a brand new week. We're going to dive into a new theme, this one being genre fusion. We're going to be looking at songs that blend two or more genres or musical styles together. Today, of course, I knew we were going to kick off this week with one of the community favorites that do this, and Mr. Bungle seems like a fantastic choice for that. We're going to be looking at something called Ars Moriendi off of the California album. Let's dive in and see what Mr. Bungle is bringing to the table today. Starting off with some Phrygian. I like this rhythmic thing over here. The melody is infectious, the clapping. Oh, we got a Guero in here, and it's gone. Oh, it's back. Ooh, that's fun. What? Yeah, I'm not able to explain this one today. Y'all heard the same chaos I did. I suppose that's a good place to start. Is the chaos of it all. Every, every other bar, honestly, in some of these places, you're just jumping to something completely different. Different instrumentation, different harmonies, different melodies, different instrument sounds. It's just chaos. None of it runs together very well. There's a couple of, I think, some clever movements between one idea to the next where there is a little crossover. Maybe there's a specific pitch that matches the old key to the new key. And so you get this clever little crossover. Sometimes a melody line will run into the next melody line. You kind of get this as loose connection between the two segments, but most of this is just channel surfing. You see something, you're like, yeah, I'm not too keen on that. You go to the next channel, you see, oh, also, if you're on the younger side, TVs used to have channels on them, and you didn't get to pick what was on the TV. You just went to a channel and saw what it was playing. And if you didn't like that, you just go to another channel. That's called channel surfing. Uh, And that's what this feels like. Or also the old days of, just kind of dialing through the radio stations, trying to see if there's anything worth listening to. So it's all over the place. It's got some klezmer in there. It's got some vague, generic Middle Eastern sounds, both instrumentation and harmony. There's obviously this alternative or new metal sound going on in here. There was surf rock for a brief moment. The guitar was a bit grittier and heavier than I would normally associate with surf rock, but the rhythmic idea and harmonic part was certainly there. And a little bit of classical. There's this very wide, very projected, sort of operatic singing style, very much placement at the back of the throat with wide vibrato rather than forward placed, thinner sound that rock and metal sometimes works within. That shouted projection versus this more operatic, bluntness. We kind of got both of those actually. We had the operatic section, but we also had more narrow vocals in here. It's rock, it's metal, it's folk from a few different places. It's klezmer. It's what is it though? It's just a smorgasbord of sounds. Is it genre fusion though? I think it covers it in some places. There are certainly sections in here, particularly what I might call a chorus of sorts. It's simply an idea that they returned to a couple of times, but it's still just as short-lived as anything else. We had an accordion in there and probably the longest vocal line uninterrupted in the entire track, since so much of it is just get one or two syllables out and then we'll switch music. Um, and there is some sort of sitar in the background as well. Oh, there's also electronic sounds in here. Synthesizers, but also possibly samples. Just some sort of sound, not necessarily a melody or a rhythm or anything, but just a tone with some sort of interesting effect on it. Those were used often during transitions. But we came to this section which had a more metallic guitar and an accordion and a sitar-like instrument and a melody line that actually, consisted of any amount of time more than a couple of beats. And there's some drumming in here. And this idea we returned to a couple of times throughout the song. I think three, might have just been two. Like I said, I kind of want to call it the chorus because it's the only thing that ever felt repeated to me in any sense. but it does carry a little bit of everything, a little bit of that klezmer style accordion. Definitely has a rockier or metallic guitar in there. We have the sitar like instrument from that vague generic Middle Eastern sound that they incorporated. Some sort of synth was in there as well. It's a little smorgasbord of everything smashed together. It's one of the few places where we actually get a combination of ideas. In these moments, I would say this is genre fusion. Everything else, though, is genre surfing. Going from one style to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next for 4 minutes. Wow, this was 4 minutes. How does it simultaneously feel like it lasted so much longer than that, but was over so quickly? So I do hope, though, that the rest of this week we tend to explore merging sounds together, which was my intention with this week, rather than just having a song with a lot of different sounds in it, which is primarily what I got from this song. Aside from these vague, not vague, but very surface level macro ideas of there's a lot of sounds in here and sometimes they smash them together, I don't really have anything else to add to this in any sort of analytical form. It's chaotic. It's all over the place. It's impressive that they can merge so many sounds and ideas together. I certainly appreciate it from that angle. It's actually been increasingly relevant, not relevant, increasingly showcased on the channel, songs that incorporate many timbres. And this feels like the third week in a row I've brought it up, and I love that. I love a song that has more than just 3 or 4 instruments in it, and this song certainly has that. But it's never used in any sort of cohesive way, which kind of makes it a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, dude, there's a lot of sounds in here. I love that, but you don't ever really get to hear them intermingling either. It does certainly keep the sonic palette rather fresh, though. If this were a painting, you could look at any quadrant of it and find something that you can't find in another. And this song certainly does that rather well. But I don't get this song. I can appreciate it for its eclecticness. I can appreciate it for its uncompromising vision. I can appreciate how well all of these different ideas are executed. It isn't a situation where I'm like, oh, this is Mr. Bungle trying klezmer. Like, no, they're successfully creating klezmer music in these moments. So, I mean, that's certainly very cool too. I know Mr. Bungle is a band with a very wide musical palette to work from. But it's always neat to listen to a song like this where they just, rapid fire showcase a bunch of different styles that they absolutely feel comfortable within. Most bands are lucky enough to find 2 or 3 modes that they can work within and still feel authentic while doing those styles well. And Mr. Bungle is a chameleon of a band, and they can just do whatever they want, and it sounds like them while still being quite authentic to what they're being inspired from. So that's, I mean, just incredibly awesome. And something I will always praise their work for, particularly something a bit more esoteric like this. But beyond general praise for this song and what it's doing and the vision it set out, like I said earlier, I don't get it. I don't hear any through line across the song. I don't hear an overarching narrative. Most of these ideas are very singular. They do what they do and don't connect to the things around them, at least not that I can pick up on a first listen. It feels like channel surfing, which it's impressive from an artistic point of view to create something like this, but it's not something that I'm going to come back to outside of the novelty of it. It's a song that I'm certainly going to show people, hey, you guys got to hear this. This is just totally bonkers. But it doesn't have enough substance beyond that for me to really enjoy it. And it's just like, dude, I am just in the mood for Ars Moriendi. I don't ever see that being a thing for me. It's too chaotic and lacking direction, I suppose, in a sense, for me to really enjoy it on that more casual side, outside of the novelty of it. Let me check out some lyrics to this, and then we'll wrap this video up. Why did I think that these are going to make any sort of sense or help me understand this music in any way? We have a verse, and then a verse, then a refrain, then a bridge. Totally linear at this point, followed by two choruses. Now, unfortunately, there's no indication of where any instrumental parts go through all of this. So I would want to listen to it again to kind of see how the choruses fit into everything and to see if they are, in fact, what I found to be the musical chorus of the song, the repeated moment. The refrain also is typically a repeated idea in a song. It's interesting that they would label a section refrain with it being isolated and it doesn't get repeated. The first two verses. He who hears the vast silence, he who wafts on the red wind, in extremis. He who leaps across the precipice, he who steals pearls from the ashes, rede si sapis. I don't know what any of this means. The two Latin phrases, in extremis means to the furthest extents. Ride se sapis, si sapis means if you're wise, you should laugh. Or something loosely translated along that. Maybe be merry if you are wise is a possible translation of it. I'm not sure how either of those work with any of the four lines in English. The bridge says, I shall rise again. And then there's a lot of vocal sounds, da-da-das and da-yas and whoo, all sorts of different vocalizations going on. And in the middle of this, he says, Bardo of the flesh. The chorus that comes after this simply states, feast on me, all my bones are laughing as you dance on my grave. It seems just as scattered in thought as the music is. There's no coherency to it, just like the music is lacking at least traditional coherency. I don't know what any of this means. It was certainly a fun ride through this track, but I don't get it and I don't understand it. So let me extend this out. If you are a Mr. Bungle fan, or maybe if you're not, this is the first time you listen to it, but you have any sort of insight on this, please let me know, because these are just my thoughts on Mr. Bungle's Ars Moriendi. But what are yours? Did you enjoy it? Did anything stand out to you? Do you have a different interpretation or any sort of insight into this track? Please put all of that and any other thoughts you might have down into the comments section below. Above that, in the description box, you'll find a link to Linktree. Takes you here. You can find links to my music, ways to support the channel, a link to the Discord server, and so much more. Above that, if you could, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I greatly appreciate all three of those. That wraps it up for today, but I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UTC as usual. Until next time, remember to be critical, not cynical, of the music you listen to, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you choose to watch my videos.